to the $100 MBA Show, and today is a Q&A Weekends episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us over at support@businessrepublic.net. We love answering your questions here on Q&A Weekends. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's question comes from Tammy. And Tammy asks, how do I deal with rude clients? It's a tough one, but it's a reality. You're going to get clients or customers that are not polite, that just don't communicate properly. So in today's lesson, I'm going to answer Tammy's question. I'm going to give her a short-term solution as well as a long-term solution when it comes to this topic. So there's no time to waste, so let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by HostGator. Get started with your business website in minutes. HostGator is your all-in-one website solution, and they do it all without breaking the bank. You can get started for as low as $5 a month with their amazing discount for listeners of the $100 MBA Show. Save 30% by just going to HostGator.com/MBA30 and get started today. Again, that's HostGator.com/MBA30. So Tammy asked, how does she deal with rude clients? And I find it interesting she uses the word rude. She didn't say upset clients or clients that are really angry at what's going on, whether it's their experience or the product itself. They're just flat out rude. And often people are rude when they're angry. And there's a difference. As a customer, you could be upset at something, but not be rude. You could just be like, I'm very unsatisfied with this product. I would like a refund or a cancellation of my order or my membership. I'm very disappointed, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, there are people that don't know how to be upset without being rude. There are people that will call you names, will curse. There are people that will be just downright disrespectful, and some people even threaten you. And I know that sounds extreme, but it happens. So how do you deal with them? So I want to give you a short-term solution, Tammy, and then I'm going to give you a long-term solution. The short-term is you have to recognize the fact that you're going to get customers like this. You're going to have clients like this. And you're going to have to handle them. You're not an exception to the rule. And this is not just happening to you. Some people, they feel like it's an immediate reflection of their actual performance or their products or services. If it's something that's happening consistently, then you got to take a look at it. But if you're getting a rude client once in a while, this happens. So know that firsthand. Second of all, regardless of what's going on, we know that they're upset, which we differentiate upset from rude. But they're definitely upset, and that's why they're being rude. So you have to just take the high road and just address the fact that you are not happy that they're upset. I'm sorry that you're feeling bad about this situation. So just get in front of it and say that. Get proactive. Say, this is how I'm going to solve this problem. And tell them how you're going to resolve the issue. Now, the third step is optional, and it's somewhat not optional if you are in a certain situation. I'll explain. So what is that optional step? That's saying to the client or to the customer that you do not appreciate the way that they're addressing you, that you feel like this is an attack or you feel like this is very rude. There's no need to be rude. I'm trying my best here and I'm happy to compensate you or return your product or cancel your membership or whatever it is. You may want to address that, especially, and this is where I don't think it's optional, if this is a client you're working with on an ongoing basis, like you're in the service industry, like you are a web developer, you're working on a project with this person and you need to kind of have a relationship with them because this is just not one incident. You're gonna keep having experiences with them. And you could just simply say that. Say, hey, I would love to solve your problem. Here's the solution, but I don't work this way. I don't appreciate the way you're addressing me. I don't appreciate the way that you're speaking to me using that kind of language. This is not how I do business. You don't have to threaten them. You don't have to say, hey, either take it or leave it, or if you don't like it, you could leave. You don't have to do that. That's understood. If you just tell them, hey, this is how I function and I don't accept this kind of behavior, then they'll get it. And they'll probably calm down before they read your email and realize, wow, I was in the wrong. So that's the immediate solution. Let's talk about the long-term solution to this problem, dealing with rude clients or accepting rude clients, having rude clients. So there's a concept in a book called Book Yourself Solid by Michael Port. It's one of the best service-based business books I've ever seen. Highly recommend it. And in the book, he has this concept, this strategy called the velvet rope policy. And just to explain, what does he mean by the velvet rope? So if you've ever been to a theater or some sort of nightclub, They use a velvet rope as a barricade for only the VIP people, or people that have tickets, or people that have access. And he uses it as a metaphor where people have to qualify to do business with you. Now, this is a long-term strategy, and you have to do what Michael calls pruning your client list. You only got to work with the people that want to work with you, that you love working with, that you are meant to serve. And again, I'm just sharing with you what I learned from this book. It's a great book. And this concept is very relevant to Tammy's question. And in the book, Michael explains the velvet rope policy, how to get rid of clients, or he calls it dud clients, clients that don't serve you. I don't want to not do it justice, so I recommend you read Book Yourself Solid. It's a great, great book, and the velvet rope policy is explained in detail there. But the point here is you have to have a long-term strategy to not have to deal with these people again. Now, I say this is a long-term strategy because I'm a realist. I know that the reality is that sometimes you're going to have to take clients because you need the money, especially when you're first getting started. But it can't be that way always. You have to have a plan where you're going to get out of that, where you charge more, where you can qualify for better customers, where you can get referrals. And Book Yourself Solid can really help you out with all that. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, let me give some love to today's sponsor, HostGator. When you're starting a business, you don't want to worry about the tech, putting your website together for your business, maintaining it, adding new content. It can get overwhelming. And when you're getting started, you can't afford a tech team to help you out all the time. It's not like you're going to have a team of tech support with you along the way. But with HostGator, you get exactly that. They have 24/7 live support via phone, chat, or email. So if you have any questions about your business website or the tech of your business, they got your back any time of day, any day of the week. Get up and running in minutes with their one-click WordPress installs, register domain names, get SSL certificates for secure checkouts. They got it all. And best of all, they do it all without breaking the bank. You can get started for as low as $5 with their amazing 30% off for listeners of the $100 MBA show. Just go to HostGator.com/MBA30. Again, that's HostGator.com/MBA30. To wrap up today's lesson and to wrap up today's question from Tammy, how to deal with rude clients, you have to be tactful. You have to take the high road, but you also have to address the fact that this is not acceptable. You obviously can't have people walking all over you, but you also can't retaliate. Be careful when you're addressing the fact that this is not acceptable. A lot of people, they feel like it's an open door to be like, well, this is what I think of you. No, do not do that. You have to stay professional, stay polite, and just stick to your guns and be firm about your position, about being professional. And losing one client or losing one customer, it's not going to make or break your business. So if you address the fact that this is not acceptable in a professional way, you're most likely going to be okay. And most of the time, the customer straightens out and doesn't repeat that act of rudeness again. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope that you loved Q&A Weekends today. We have another Q&A Weekend episode tomorrow, Sunday. We have a question from Carl asking, what are my first steps when starting an online business? That's a tough one because I got to get very specific. There are a lot of things you have to do at the beginning, but I'm going to keep it very, very precise. For those who are listening, this is a great one. It's going to be very actionable, and it's going to help you just get the ball rolling. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to the $100 MBA show. Make sure you hit subscribe so you get all our episodes automatically. We're nearly at episode 600. Today is episode number 588. We're going to do something really special in episode 600. Can't wait to do that. So make sure you hit subscribe so you get episode 600 automatically. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave you with this. Business, in a lot of ways, is an emotional game. You have to keep your emotions in check. You're going to get people that are going to rile you up. They're going to be rude. You're going to get people that just don't understand what you do. You're going to get haters. You're going to get trolls. And it's your job to keep everything in check and not get riled up, to not get emotional about it. You got to keep your eye on the prize. You got to stay focused. And you got to stay even-keeled. Sometimes that's easier said than done, especially when you're stressed out and you're trying to manage so many things at one time. But keep it as a reminder. Maybe put a Post-it note or put it as your wallpaper on your phone. Keep calm and you can make it. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.